One of these days, I just need to vlog the entirety of my week because I could not even begin to tell you everything that happened this week. But for right now, we're gonna focus on Mochi because Mochi left us with a big cliffhanger. Last week, Mochi had a major surgery where we rerouted his kidneys to his bladder properly so that he could pee. We were waiting to see whether it would be successful, but when we came to visit him, he said, "Guys, look what I can do now," and put on a whole presentation. But he was having such a good time there at the hospital that he decided to earn himself an extended stay. Yes, that is when he managed to yank out his urinary catheter and eat it. Because he had just gone through a major operation, we really did not want to open him up again. And so instead, we ran x-rays multiple times a day for 4 days to monitor the movement. And in those 4 days, it did not move an inch. It just remained there sitting in his stomach. And so we decided, okay, we really got to get this thing out. And so shortly before surgery, we ran one more x-ray just to make sure that it was still in the same position. It was. But you can bet your bottom dollar that that is not where it was when we opened him up. Nope, a perfectly timed Mochi's digestive tract had moved it along to the colon right then. Yay, Mochi. And so we opted to close him back up and wait for him to pass it that night. And he did. Woohoo! And that morning, he finally came back home along with a souvenir. Mochi, no! And so now that he's home, we have some work to do. The recovery process is gonna be a little bit lengthy. Now that the urine is properly entering his bladder, he has to learn how to expand his bladder to hold it. He says, "Don't look at me, it's embarrassing." But yes, this was his unusual introduction to some new friends, but they actually came at the most perfect timing. You might recognize them. Are those some beans? Why, it is. It's Maisie Bean and Junie Bean, here to teach him all the skills he needs for a successful future. Yes, Maisie and Junie are here visiting temporarily while their adopter's older kitty is going through some health issues. They were a bit too big energy while she heals, but that's okay because they were needed here, and let me tell you why. In order to help Mochi's bladder stretch out and expand the way that it needs to, we've got to distract him for as long as possible before he remembers, oop, I gotta go to the bathroom. Because currently that oop is happening about 15 times a day. Pause for the absolute stunner that Mochi is. He knows how to work those angles. Mochi will have a recheck in a month, and hopefully we will have a solid idea of how the surgery took, and until then we are just so very happy that he is home with no catheters to eat. He has no shame. He is not sorry.